are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Now, Cardi B has been going on a tangent because she feels as though she has been body shamed after she was caught body shaming her fans. And you know she needs the sympathy for her new song that's currently out, Imaginary Faces, Players. The point of the matter is, she has been going off and she clearly wants some sympathy, even though she doesn't deserve it.
I was in tears because I was pregnant. I couldn't say I was pregnant. And it was mostly women, skinny and big, talking shit about my body. And then when I gave birth this year, when I had that baby blue outfit and I lost weight, but my hips and my ass was still big. Because, my hips and ass expanded because I just had a baby. People were still talking shit. And you know what? I talked about it for a little bit. Nobody cared. Because you know what? When you look a certain type of way, nobody really care how you feel. Like, it's like, oh, fuck you, get over it. But, and I have gotten over it. However, like, it's so crazy that, like, making a joke with you guys. And when I say fans, I don't think people understand. Like, it's like, oh, well, I'm a fan. I think people don't understand, like, the type of relationship between a fan and a, like, a hardcore fan, like party gangs and stuff like that we have our own jokes. But nonetheless, like, it is what it is. I've been really pissed off. I've been wanting to go off lately because it's like some things are just straight up disrespectful. But it's like, whether I speak or not, people are gonna talk shit.
Now, botching delusional, please stop. First of all, you didn't tell people you were pregnant because you and Off the Cheat were going through it and he had another baby, which, he paid to get rid of. But that was because y'all wasn't really together and you were seeing Stefan Diddy. That's why you didn't announce your pregnancy. Don't act like it was because of anything else other than the fact that you and Off the Cheat were going through it and you was cheating with Stefan Diddy, according to Off the Cheat. Okay? Off the Cheat put that tea out there, and it looks like Bia was right because Bia spilled the tea first, and you said she was a liar. Let's be very clear. That's why you didn't come out until, I think it was like October or September, and announce your pregnancy. Like, stop acting like you didn't announce it for any other reason other than the fact that your marriage was crumbling. That's what really is the tea, okay? I'm tired of you acting like, you was just trying to be private. Like, no. The reason why you didn't come out was because you was allegedly, according to Off the Cheat, sleeping with Stefan Diddy. And, according to him, the baby might not be his. Let's be very clear. Now, Off the Cheat posted a very interesting post on Instagram of Maury from the Maury Show. And like I said before, there's been a lot of speculation that Blossom, Cardi B's child, third child, is not really Off the Cheats. And so with that being said, it looks like he might be trying to do a DNA test. And listen, Cardi B, you did it to yourself, okay? You should have came out last year and said, me and Off the Cheat are going through it. And yeah, I might have slept with somebody else. But you didn't do that, okay? So if it comes out that Off the Cheat is not the father of Blossom, prepare to get dragged. I don't want to see you play victim like you usually do, okay? Nobody told you to hold around, especially considering that your face is melting and career is hanging by a piece of thread. Now, moving on from that, Doja Cat, Cardi B, Sabrina, and the Chart Obsessed Racists are all dropping, okay, within the next few weeks. Let me know who you guys think is going to have the best album or the album of the year for 2025. I think sonically, Sabrina and Doja Cat's album are going to be better than Cardi B and the Chart Obsessed Racists. But the Chart Obsessed Racists will probably take home all the Grammys, especially in the pop category. Doja Cat, her new album is more pop leaning, but she's not going to be able to compete with the Chart Obsessed Racists and Sabrina Carpenter. But I do feel like her album probably going to be low-key a little bit fire. I feel like it probably will. Now, fans are speculating that Sweetie is throwing some shade at Cardi B because she decided to tweet enough time has passed, ... A lot of people are saying that she is talking about Cardi B's Imaginary Faces record, which a lot of people believe is trash. Okay? Now, Sweetie, tweeting is cute, but you need to get in the booth. But the thing is, though, with Sweetie, I just feel like she's not that talented. So her getting in the booth, it really means nothing. And because Cardi B is so desperate to sell, in a matter of hours, her new song, Imaginary Faces, has been discounted upon release. Oh my goodness, this is hilarious. Now, moving on from that, it has been reported that JT and Ice Spice both unfollowed Nicki Minaj on Instagram months after Nicki Minaj had unfollowed them. Now, she unfollowed them, I believe, sometime last year, but they just now recently unfollowed her. Now, unfortunately, JT, like always, is getting clowned. People never give JT a break. A fan said the way JT beefed with Cardi B, Carisha, and Mr. Brown and turned down a Meg feature for Nicki just for her to come to the realization that Nicki is the problem. Same for Ice, who beefed with Cardi in Scratch Off, one-sided beef with Megan. It's kind of sad to see that they had to do these things for a Nicki feature. Being a lapdog will never age well, no matter for who, okay? So let me know how y'all feel about it. Now, here's my thing. In regards to JT, Cardi, and Carisha and Saucy, I don't really feel like JT beef with them because of Nicki Minaj, okay? JT and Carisha were already having issues. That's why they broke up, okay? Their girl group, the City Thoughts, wasn't selling, and Carisha wanted to be Diddy's toilet seat, and that's what really broke up the City Thoughts, okay? Cardi B started with JT first after JT did not congratulate Cardi B for going top 10 with Gorilla Glue. Okay, but she congratulated Gorilla Glue before they was beefing. And then as for Mr. Brown, he's Carisha's lapdog. Mr. Brown don't even have a career. He's Carisha's lapdog. He's on Zeus and Love and Hip Hop, but he's not on the charts. Okay, so let's be very clear on that. And nobody gives a fuck about Scratch Off. Okay, the Ice Spice and Scratch Off beef, boring. Nobody gives a fuck about Scratch Off. Okay, she can barely chart either. Just light skin with a BBL and somebody else's husband. So let's start there. Then as for the reason why JT and Ice Spice have unfollowed Nicki Minaj now is because they have spent months trying to make amends with Nicki. And unfortunately, Nicki has basically ignored them. So that's why they are just now unfollowing Nicki Minaj, is because they're tired of reaching out to her. Moving on to Cardi B and Off the Cheat. Off the Cheat admitted in a recent interview that he does regret how it ended or his relationship with Cardi B and how he did her dirty.
I will FaceTime Offset just out of the blue and be like, excuse my language, everybody. Yo, you fucking up, bro. Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And you've acknowledged that to me.
Yeah, I fucked up. Know what I mean? Just being real shit. I fucked up. You know, we had them talks, man. You called me. Out of all people, you called me. And but it take that though. Like it take for people that you love or you respect what they say, or that somebody that actually check in for real. But there ain't a lot of people that do that too though. But I mean, I fucked up. Yeah. I feel like same thing. Like I gotta acknowledge that, and then get back on the journey.
Well, the music is sounding incredible, and I'm still gonna call you and encourage you to go, you know, sit down and talk to people about, because you've been through, like I said, you've been through so much, man. And this latest chapter's a lot, bro.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
I don't really believe Off the Cheat. I think that he's just saying that to seem like he's remorseful and to get Cardi B fans to buy his album. But to be quite honest, I don't really think he was remorseful or that he really believes he effed up because you cheated so many damn times. So you cheated so many damn times, but now you realize you effed up. I think that, this is sympathy that he's trying to get. Like, oh, I realized my faults, my mistakes. So that way fans could buy his album. Because let's be very honest, without Cardi B, Off the Cheat is irrelevant. Now, moving on from that, it has been revealed in the alleged court transcripts that Tory paid Milagro close to, if not more than $100K to allegedly spread misinformation about Megan Thee Stallion. With that being said, a lot of fans are saying that basically Megan will be winning this case against Milagro, and there has been transcripts proven that she received like $77,500, $5,000 throughout like a year while talking to Tory and his father. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Now, here's my thing. I'm like, why would Tory give Mob Radio $100K? Now, I understand that, she was writing for him during his case and still is. But with that being said, I feel like that wouldn't even make logical sense to give her $100K. You should do that with the Shade Room. They got a bigger platform. You would give $100K to the bigger blogs, not the smaller ones. Milagro definitely has a following, but she don't have millions of followers. Okay, the Shade Room or the paid room, because they do get paid, trust. But the paid room, Messy Lee and other big bloggers, they usually get the $100K checks to push certain narratives, okay? And it makes sense because they got millions of followers and they can kind of successfully push a narrative, especially because the pay room tries to come off unbiased, okay? But with that being said, I just feel as though it wasn't even really that serious for you to be giving Milagro $100K because I don't think Milagro likes Megan Thee Stallion. She would have done it for free. I don't really think it was necessary. Now you tied up and you already got to pay for Megan's lawyer fees. Both Milagro and Tory got to pay for Megan's lawyer fees. So I'm like, I don't know if this is real or fake. I mean, I just don't see why would they do that. It just doesn't make logical sense considering that Milagro doesn't have really a huge platform. She has a decent platform, but she doesn't have millions of followers, okay? And millions of listeners. That's who would get the $100K. That's how much labels pay for payola. So it just don't make sense. Now, moving on from that, fans are calling out Doodoo Garbage's Dot, India Love, because she basically was sneak dissing Holly Bailey on social media.
Get this gun in your name, I'ma be the one that shoot it. I appreciate your last nigga, he the one that blew it. Or should I say Pork Nation, babe?
Well, one, that bar was trash. And number two, last time I checked, Doodoo Garbage don't even claim India Thotty Love because she's been ran through by basically the whole industry. But I don't understand how throwing shots at Haley is going to get you full custody of your son. Okay? I don't understand how that's going to work, okay? Because you haven't seen your son in what? A month, okay? After you got visitation, you deadbeat, okay? And before y'all say, oh, she won't let him see his son. Before that, he wasn't seeing him like that either, okay? Even before her restraining order and her filing for full custody. And then on top of that, he hasn't given any money, Pampers. He hasn't paid for Pampers, clothes, or anything for his child. Holly put that in the court documents too. So I just feel like it's kind of corny and I just don't understand how this is going to help you in court because it's not. I'm sure she's going to be adding this to the 100th reason why you should not get full custody of your son, having your little Instagram thought throw shade. It just doesn't make logical sense. Now, moving on from that, Not Like Us has re-entered the top 100 on US iTunes at number 96, okay? This comes after it was revealed that Champagne Thickums is asking Kung Fu Kenny to do a DNA test on his children, which has nothing to do with the defamation lawsuit. And when that test doesn't come back in Champagne Thickum's favor, he's going to look like a dummy because Kung Fu Kenny is the father of those children. But the point of the matter is he made the song hotter. Like, how is this re-entering iTunes and moving up on Payola-Fi and Apple Music? Like, you're making the song hot by doing this lawsuit. Do you really think people are not going to stream the record? Like, come on now. Champagne Thickums should have just went on hiatus, like I said, and then also, came back with a fire single, not the trash he came back with a few weeks ago, but with a fire hit single, like in 2026, 2027. Now, Bottom Bussy, Little Twizzler here, aka Little Yachty, who is trash, will be receiving 100,000 lashings because his dumbass decided to preview some music, of course, on stream. All these rappers want to be on Twitch and stream and kick, okay, because the music ain't selling. But he had the audacity to preview a bar that says, "Put my knee up on her neck, I went George Floyd." Okay, so now you're an abuser. That's what you just admitted to. Here's the thing. George Floyd obviously died to police brutality, and I just don't feel like it's a joke. Okay, especially when it's still going on. It may not be televised. You may not see it on social media anymore, but it's still going on. And I feel as though, a lot of these rappers take things like this as a joke until one of their friends die. Okay, until the law is not on their side when they got to go to jail. And then they got to suck off Camel Face and Robert Kraft to help them with their legal fees. Okay, so I just feel like it was very distasteful, very trash bar to say, and you just admitted that you're an abuser. So 100,000 lashings for Lil Yachty and retire from music. The music ain't selling, and we know that. That's why you had to be Champagne Thickum's concubine. The music you put out don't sell. That's why you on Twitch now. You broke bitch. Sit the fuck down. Anyway, I got some very hot tea on Patreon on Kelly Clarkson, Pamela Anderson, Liam Nelson, Sydney Sweeney, the Jonas Brothers, and Demi Lovato. Link will be in the description. And have a great day.